I had so many. I think as a child, you always cycle through them.
Yeah, politician, actor, singer, guitarist.
I never dreamed of like being an academic, and here I am and I'm loving it.
Astronaut.
I've always wanted to be an astronaut, and which I know is weird because now I study politics and things like that, but even, when I was starting sixth form, I took physics just because I thought, maybe I should keep this door open.
But then I realized that I would be like alone with one other person for a really long time, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I don't like the other person or the other person doesn't like me? And then that just kind of killed my dream.
To an extent, I still want to be an astronaut. I just think going to space is like the ultimate thing that you can do.
When I was younger, funnily enough, I wanted to do astrophysics, which is obviously very different to what I do now, but I think that was a lot of people telling me that like, oh, you're smart, you should go into STEM.
It has always been the medical sciences, so I've always wanted to become a doctor, as cliche as it sounds, and yeah, so I'm just living the dream, I guess.
I really wanted to be a dentist for about 6 months, but like very intensely wanted to be a dentist and was sort of researching how to do dentistry. Then had a few conversations with my mum and realised I wouldn't be a very good dentist. I'm a bit squeamish and definitely just don't have the sort of physical capacity to do that.
A rugby player, a cricketer, a fireman, a policeman.
I sort of always wanted to be a comedian, which is an issue because I'm not that funny.
When I was a lot younger, I really wanted to be like a ballerina, but like I'm not flexible at all.
So at one point I wanted to be a dancer because I was obsessed with Dance Moms. I think I wanted to be a model at some point because I used to watch America's Next Top Model. So it really varied depending on what show I was obsessed with at the point.
I wanted to be a costume designer for the West End because I watched this BBC show where she did it on it, and I thought it was really cool. It was for Shrek the musical. But then I wanted to be a lawyer from about year 10 onwards, so it was rapid change.
When I was in like 5th grade, we were shown this video of a Supreme Court judge and like judges in general. So I think growing up, I've always been interested in law. So that's not something that I've like completely given up yet by doing psychology. I think it's just I'm not like as I realize now there are other professions, other things that you can do in life.
It's comic, I think at some point comic writer as well.
Writing, acting, or law. I did think about wanting to be a lawyer, so I guess that's one.
My goal is to own my own restaurant, and I still intend to do that alongside whatever else I do, but yeah, a chef.
As I've grown older and my love of politics and mindfulness and meditation, that has changed into wanting to help people and bringing healing and happiness into people's lives. That's the dream job in some way.
Now I'm here, I'm really interested in like medieval literature, so if I could do like archiving or something like that, that would be awesome.
The closest thing I had to a dream job was becoming a teacher. But yeah, I was always the kind of like student who just loved exploring all of new subjects, so I found it quite hard to even decide what degree I wanted to do at uni.
I specialised in maths education at this point because I just find it endlessly fascinating, but I find lots of things endlessly fascinating, and it wouldn't surprise me if I ended up doing more than one PhD on a different topic, because while I continue to look into maths education research, I'm also continuing to give talks and write books about a variety of topics.
But I think I'm just like opening up my mind to like what could be like different things that I could like use my degree for. So yeah, I think as long as like I'm happy in the job and like feel fulfillment, then yeah.
Literally, I think anything that one could do, I thought I'll have a go at that.